Here we have a 1998 Bmw Z3 2.8 inline 6, complete with hard top and working folding roof. Now the car is in need of restoration. It's a project that I took on. I bought the car about 8 months ago and I was going to do it myself. So the things that I know about the car to be bad are okay, well, we'll start with the good things first. The engine runs fine, although in the video it will sound rough. So the back box was cut off in order to remove the rear subframe, which was a job I never got round to doing because the bushes needed replacing in the rear subframe. I mean, the engine runs absolutely fine. It had a new idle control valve because it wasn't idling properly. The electric roof works, comes with a hard top. The blower works, it doesn't have a radio, and I'll take you around the car now anyway so you can see it for yourself. The car is currently on axle stands. For transportation you would obviously need to collect it, can't be delivered. The rear wheels would be put back on because they're currently at the car at the moment, so I can have it jacked up in the air. The galvanised chassis seems to be holding up really well. We removed one of the lower sills so you can see how the chassis is holding up. All in all, the car is genuinely good. The interior is in good condition. It runs. I'll take you around the car now. So it's not this one. So here we have it. Now, this panel damage here to the door was done when the car was being moved. So there's this panel damage there. You can see the clear coat. That's completely shot on this. The car did have a wash a couple of months ago. And then this damage here on the sill. Now you can get replacement sills, although I do reckon that will probably knock out. So I'll start at the back of the car and then we'll work our way forwards. So there are no oil leaks from the car. I would recommend that it had new rear springs, possibly even rear shock absorbers. The discs looked all right, although they could do with obviously cleaning up, and it definitely needs new rear calipers. If I can find them, I'll include them, but obviously that was one thing that was going to be done, and I obviously never got round to even attempting to restore the car. In fact, I only got as far as cutting off the rear box, which was pretty rotten anyway, but it needed to come out in order to drop the subframe out. So we can take a look under the car. You can see the exhaust pipes cut off there, but the rest of the exhaust system does seem to be in good condition. Now I can't vouch for it all because I haven't got you know, I haven't got a garage to lift the thing up basically. So back end, new springs, probably or possibly new shock absorbers, new calipers, refurbish these discs, obviously new pads, new handbrake cable, new brake lines because they were already cut when somebody tried to free the brakes off. Underneath the car, as I say, oh yeah, new fuel lines, they all need removing. This bodge here I cut out a bad section of the fuel pipe and basically attached that hose, because when I got the car it wasn't running, and now it does. It wasn't running due to idle control valve. Now, should really have cleared the interior of the car out. The leather seats seem in good condition. You can see on the bolsters we've got some wear and tear, but you know, that might actually bit of a distraction there, obviously some RAF plane flying over. Yeah, so the interior carpets I believe are all in good condition. If there is any water ingress into the car, it isn't obvious. Seats, I mean, this one's absolutely fine, but seats would, you know, they would need doing. I was half tempted to break the car for parts and have one of the seats turned into an office chair because they're really comfortable. They are heated. I've not tried that. Just walk further around the car. So basically everything I've taken off the car, all the nuts, bolts and screws are in here. I'm not going to spend time putting the engine covers back on. I probably reattach the sill. Obviously I reattach the rear shock absorber to ensure that you know, it doesn't all collapse when it's taken off the axle stands. Oh yeah, this rear quarter here, this top coat, absolutely knackered. Yeah. I believe all the lights work. Plastics aren't, well, I'm presuming they're plastic, but by the look of it they might actually be glass. They're fine. No visible damage to the front other than all of these paintwork defects. Front tyres, tracking needs doing there, absolutely knackered. The other one's probably the same. Yeah, so there's 2 new tyres. Drill discs at the front. Calipers were painted at some time. When it was parked up, the car did roll into the spot. Probably still will do. As I say, took these panels off to show the state of the inner wings and the chassis. Tiny bit of bubbly around here that'd clean up. Put some rust converter on there. I'm sure those of you watching this video know what you're talking about. Can't really get much further under the car because I've got a bit of a bad back, which was one of the factors for not actually completing the work or even starting it to begin with. These tyres, I'd probably get some new ones. They're near the rear, near the wear mark. There's about 1 mil to go, near the wear indicator. This spring is cracked. You can see it's missing a chunk off the bottom. As I say, the intention was to basically remove this rear subframe and the rear axle, clean them both up, have the subframe powder coated, and then replacement bushes. Friend was going to push those in for me. Never got round to it. Bit of a shame really, quite disappointed with myself. Here's the boot. Now the battery tray, I'm not going to lift the battery out. You can see a little bit of rust in there, but it's completely solid, so there's obviously a tiny bit of water ingress, but it's not soaking wet in here. And I'm just wondering at one point if it was just left with the boot not closed. Obviously that would be for you to determine yourself. Now the hardtop roof looks to be in good condition. Glass is absolutely fine. You can see the rear demister. There's a change in the colour here. I'm wondering whether it's damp's got in, but it doesn't seem to. Well, I've not actually tried it, to be honest with you, so it'll probably work. I know there are companies out there that will either replace the glass or you can have a new rear demister matrix fitted. So let's go inside and I'll pop the bonnet. Doors are a little bit stiff, but all in all you can see no rust. I will include this diagnostic fault code scanner, so I used that when the car wasn't running. and basically it transpires that it was the idle control valve, which I took off and cleaned, and then basically the car just started, idled straight away. Before I cut that rear chunk of exhaust pipe off, it actually sounded really good. So just pop you down a minute. So there we've got the engine, inline 6, not sure of the brake horsepower that they produce. I know it could do with an oil change. Doesn't appear to have lost any oil, but it could definitely do with an oil change. There's oil on there. I wouldn't start it if there wasn't, but yeah, it's in need for a change. That some kind of wiring repair done here. Not sure if that's to the lights, never got around to looking. As I say, it's had a new air hose from the airbox to the inlet manifold. That had a massive tear on it. It wouldn't run smoothly, so that was replaced, only at a cost of about £18, I think. And then behind here, there's an idle control valve that was preventing the running of the car unless the throttle was held at about 1500 RPM. That was cleaned, and now the car actually runs absolutely fine. So, well, fine by obvious standards. So I'm going to start the car, and as I say, it is going to sound rougher than you would expect, but that's because the back box is missing. So I'll start her up now, hardly any fuel in. So believe it or not, I've just put a new battery on this car. It hasn't been started for probably 2 or 3 months. You can see straight away, that's the first time it's been started today. You'll be able to see how easily it starts when you come and pick it up. I'm a bit disappointed about that I ended up cutting the rear exhaust off, because you know the sound that the car makes is far better. I've got a feeling it's about to run out of fuel. Let's see what lights are on. Well, the dashboard's lit up like a Christmas tree. There will be an ABS fault because the ABS sensor to the rear needs replacing, and obviously the brake lines are being cut. There's no brake fuel in it. The traction control requires the ABS, and that's why it's the traction control lights on. Once the ABS sensors are replaced, I presume it's just going to work now. The lights come on for the electric seats, and I'll tell you in a minute whether or not they actually work. So the fan, close that door a second, just make sure they're working on all speeds. Yep, they're working on all speeds. So I'll take you round to the engine. I've got the electric seats on. Don't know whether or not they're working. We'll come back to that in a minute. Just step out of the car. Sounds a little bit tappety, I guess, with an engine flush and some new oil, that would sound better. Just must say, I don't believe there are. Don't believe it's dropping any oil underneath, but yeah, I don't think it's dropped any oil, or if it has, you might be able to see just at the front beyond that pole. There's like one drop in the whole time it's been parked here, which is several months. Now I'm going to remove the roof and check the electric hood for it. Roof operation. Catch is open. Here the other one. Make sure not to trip over that roof. The hardtop seemed to go on eBay for don't know, anywhere between £700 and £1,000. So you know, it's obviously got some intrinsic value to it, just the roof alone. Right, so I'll the car. Key in the ignition. Start it. Foot on the brake. Roof up. Holding that button there. And see, here she comes. And then it's a case of pulling it down. Now the roof's been back for so long, down for so long, it's actually really stiff, but what you can see here is that some of this paint's come off, oxidising. I'll go outside and show you the rest of the roof in a minute. Now I have just got the roof closed, required 2 hands and a bit of weight to do it. I was able to do it in the inside, but the roof is obviously very, very tight, so we're going to have a look outside now. This sill cover is in the boot. This just seems to be muck and slime. I mean, there are no holes in it, and you can hear tight as a drum. A couple of rub marks. It's not gone through. It's obviously, with it being stored underneath the hardtop and then driven. Don't know what that is, but it doesn't. First glances, it doesn't seem to be from the roof. Mohair, I believe it's probably original. Not sure what the seal's like, but we've got these rub marks this side as well. Something I mean, ideally what I should be doing is leaving the roof up, but I've got nowhere to store the hardtop, and I don't want the roof lining in the hardtop to be ruined because it's actually in good condition. So I'll put the roof back down. I'll show you that operation now. This side, and then this side. There we go. Start. I'm not going to bother starting the car. I don't think I need to. Press the brake pedal. Maybe I do need to start the car. Hang on. There you go. Roof operation. Stowed away. Still got the windbreak. I'm actually going to be sad to see this car go. So yeah, there you have it. Any questions or telephone? My telephone number 07525 984402. I'll try and car comes with cruise control and has 88,719 miles, which I believe to be genuine from what I've been told, but I obviously can't verify that. Car comes with V5. Not sure how many previous keepers, that's on the V5 document. Yeah, that's about it really. It's my normal crap in the glove box, you can have that. And that is a, well, it's almost a wrap, isn't it? So I've given you a guided tour of this BMW Z3 2.8. I bought the car with the intention of doing the work on it. As I said before, I knew that it needed new rear calipers, potentially new discs and pads all round. Front calipers could obviously do with some attention because it had been parked up for so long. Springs, shock absorbers. I was going to take the rear subframe and axle out and basically recondition those. So clean the subframe up and the rear axle, have them powder coated or painted. Hadn't actually decided on which way to go. And then obviously new bushes put into the rear subframe. Somebody was going to press those in. I've decided not to go ahead with my restoration project because I haven't got the expertise required to do a proper job. My family is quite demanding of my time, and I'm not sure that I'd see any kind of return by sending it to a garage and having them do the work. I would imagine it would cost quite a bit of money to have the work done, which I'm pointing out. Just pricing the parts up, I think I got to 800 quid, and there was probably some more to go. So all of the parts I've pointed out. Also, anything that I haven't found that can't be a bone of contention after sale, you're more than welcome to come and view the car. I'll give you the keys, can bring anybody around, take a look at it, go underneath it, borrow any tools you want to have a look around, as long as they're not to be used to remove any parts. I will do my best to accommodate any questions or requirements that you have, and I hope that the car finds a good home and somebody either uses her to breathe life into a much beloved Z3, or has the time, money and inclination to actually get her back on the road again. And I would love to see this car restored. Yeah, I think it'll, it's going to bring some joy to somebody, whether it's taking it to bits or seeing her put back together. But yeah, any questions, call me on 07525 984 402. My email address is lukefaichney@gmail.com. Now, I am more than happy to do an eBay transaction, so the car can be sold through auction, or you can contact me and make offers, obviously away from eBay, because they want their pound of flesh. And the car is also advertised elsewhere for sale, so I might end up actually removing it from eBay. Even now, I've had a couple of people interested in the car, but I'm not really taking them too seriously. And that's it. Thank you very much for listening to me drone on. Hope I've provided enough useful information. As I say, contact me any questions. Just show you, I have actually got that panel that goes there. It's not bolted in, it's perfectly straight. Some bubbling around there. Don't want to miss anything. Oh, I did actually find a small chip on the hardtop there. Just a bit of filler. It's going to need repainting to match your car anyway, so super.